Hi, my name is Ricky Bowler and this is ELFH 316. I'm going to walk you through the instructions on what to do on an incident management scene once you've been involved in an accident. The first thing you want to do when you've been involved in an accident is you want to assess yourself for any injuries. Gain your composure to make sure everything is okay, all right? Once you've assessed that everything is okay and you're well and fine, then the next thing you want to do is dial 911. Now my phone is being used to record this video, so I can't dial 911. But I would dial 911, contact the emergency management in your area and let them know what has just happened, give them your location, give them the vehicle descriptions, and then let them know whether you believe there are any injuries or no injuries. After that, put your phone to the side and get some key information. The first thing you want to make sure you have is your license and your vehicle's registration. So, a lot of time you keep that in your glove box, and that license and registration is vital. So what you want to make sure of is that your license and registration is up to date and your insurance is up to date as well. After that, if you are not injured, then what you want to do next is you want to check on the motorist in front of you to make sure that they're okay as well. This is just a common courtesy. Now just remember, when you go to check on this person, whether you've been the person that got hit or you're the person who did the hitting, sometimes motorists are not always in the best of moods. So be prepared to come in contact with some aggravation or agitation, all right? Put on your flashers when exiting a vehicle to let oncoming motorists know that your vehicle is not moving, and it gives them a forewarning so they can move out of the way, okay? As you exit the car, make sure you look for oncoming traffic. This can be a dangerous situation, so you want to make sure that safety is first. You always want to maintain safety, okay? So as we walk towards this other vehicle, we want to go the opposite side of the driving lane. So follow me. I'm going to come around and I'm going to come and check the other driver out and make sure that they are okay. Just let them know that you don't mean no harm, but you want to make sure that everything is okay. By coming to this window and showing your hands, letting them know that you just want to check on their safety, okay? The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure and ask, have they been injured? Is everything okay with them as well? Excuse me, ma'am, is everything okay? I'm definitely apologize for hitting you. I totally wasn't paying attention. It's really my fault, okay? After you've checked on the person and asked them, are they okay? They will let you know whether they have injuries or they're okay as well. Can't really force the person to get out of the car to check, but the common courtesy is to ask anyway. But what you can ask from that motorist is whether or not they have their license and registration. And when you ask that, this is something that will be given or will not be given. You can't force them to give you this information, okay? So you would genuinely and politely ask, hey ma'am, do you have your license information and registration? I've already contacted the police. So they said that they're en route. I gave them both of our vehicle information. And so if you have that, I will give you mine and you can give me yours, okay? And you would transfer information. You would jot down their insurance information. You would get their license information. This is to protect them, the one who was struck, or if they did the hitting. And it would also protect you, the driver, as well, because you have that information. There's been often times when we find that people get involved in accidents and then one of the two drivers may pull off. This is what they call a hit and run accident, okay? So we want to prevent that, so even if someone was to pull off, you still have the proper information with the person that you were involved with in this accident. After that, you can exchange information. After you've properly copied that information, and the last thing you want to do is you want to come around to the vehicle and you want to assess for any damage, and you want to get pictures of the incident scene, the way the cars were aligned when you got into the accident. Police have not yet got here yet, so you want to get the scene in its entirety, and then you want to follow state laws. Kentucky state law said that you are to quick clear any accident vehicles out of the roadway as long as there are no injuries involved. So if your incident does not involve any injuries, please remove those vehicles from the roadway as to not cause a secondary accident. So follow me. Let the other driver know exactly what it is that you're going to be doing so that they won't feel like anything that is shady or left is going on, okay? So I would let the driver know, hello ma'am, I'm just going to get a couple of pictures of the vehicle, and then you and we can move our vehicles entirely out of the roadway if that's okay with you. See, and most of the time safety is first, so the driver will agree to get the cars out of the roadway because it's the safest thing to do. Oftentimes, people have the perception that if you move the vehicles, an insurance company won't believe you when you say that you were the victim in an accident. So capturing pictures of the accident vehicles is the best way to have your proof and your evidence as to what happened in that accident. So follow me. So to get the car alignment, we can see here where vehicle 1 was struck by vehicle 2. We can see who was actually doing the striking. And then you would also get any pictures for any damage that might be done. This is just about the entirety of your incident scene. After everything has been assessed, after all vehicles have been looked over and both drivers seem to be okay enough to move them out of that roadway, then you should do so as quickly as possible, okay? Now, this is the end of my video, but I just want to go over a few quick tips to also make sure you assess yourself for any injuries or damage to yourself, your bodily damage. And then you also want to contact the emergency agencies as quickly as possible. So contact 911, let the emergency agency know your name, let them know what has happened, that you've been into an accident, and let them know your location as well as the vehicle information. If you don't know what type of vehicles that are involved in the vehicle, just give them a brief description, color, SUV, car, things of that nature. Any information helps them to get there as soon as possible to get you out of that situation as quickly as possible. Next, you want to make sure that you check on the other driver. It's a common courtesy. In my situation, I had a very nice person in the other vehicle, but that's not always the case. Sometimes the other driver can be very angered that you've actually hit them. You don't know if you stopped them from going to work, or this is the first vehicle they've ever had, or this is the third accident they've been in. There's a number of situations that can be tied into an accident that will cause anger. But you want to de-escalate the situation by giving assurance that, hey, you don't mean any harm, you're ready to accept any part that you've played in the accident, and that you're willing to exchange information to ensure that this accident is handled properly. Okay, so the next time you're in an incident, and we always want to be safe, the next time that you're in an incident, remember these things, and hopefully you can come out of that incident as safely and on the positive side of things. Thank you, and thank you for watching.